Hi again. I know it's been a while, but today I want to spend a little time and talk to you about macros. It's a pretty common topic among folks that are starting to focus a little more on their nutrition, and whether that's in terms of trying to put on lean mass or lose weight. Uh, for those of you that aren't familiar with what macros are, that's just short for macronutrients, and it refers to protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So the content of those three items in your foods. One of the most common questions is, what percentage of each of these should I have in each of my meals? And so the answer to that is it depends. You will hear me say that there is no one diet that fits everyone. So we usually start with just a starting point and with a little trial and error, try to zero in on what's best for each individual. But I want to share two techniques that you can use to at least give you some type of guidance in terms of how much of these particular macros you want to consume. And hopefully there will be something that you find pretty convenient. You don't have to have a scale or anything. And the first method I'm going to share with you involves just using your hand. And so when we think about proteins, we want to think of using our fist to determine the portion size of our proteins. And when we talk about carbohydrates, we're going to use our cupped hand. And then for when we talk about veggies, we would just use the palm of our hand to determine that. And then for fats, just your thumb would determine that size. And the great thing about this is our hands are, proportional to our body size. And so if you're a larger individual, you obviously get to eat more protein. You would need more protein and carbohydrates and the like. So using this particular method, what we recommend for, at least as a starting point for folks that are active, is to consume 6 to 8 portions of each of those items per day. And so when I say 6 to 8 of each, that means 6 to 8 servings of the protein, using your fist as the guide. Same thing with the carbohydrates, the vegetables, and the fats. For healthy, active women, the recommendation is 4 to 6 portions of those each day. And again, using the same measuring technique. Again, keep in mind these are starting points, and you would go from there depending on your level of activity, your goals, also how hungry you are. And so again, we use those as starting points, and then working with each client, sort of zero in on what works best for them. The second method I want to share is a visual method, and that's just using a plate and visualizing the plate to determine how much of each of these particular macros you consume. So I've just got a little prop here, and hopefully this is visible, but about half of your plate you want to be vegetables, and these are non-starchy vegetables, so things leafy vegetables. These could be spinach, things like that. And then over here for about a quarter of the plate, you want to have your protein. And so the remainder of the plate is divided up for your carbohydrates, your starchy carbohydrates, things like bread, mashed potatoes, and you could also have grains included in that. And then about an eighth of this quarter here is, or an eighth of the total of the plate is going to be your fats. So things like, healthy nuts, oils, and seeds will make up that portion. But that's just a visual, again, to help you with that. And so next time, we'll maybe spend some time talking a little bit more specifically about what each of the particular macros are utilized for by the body and why they're important. But until then, hopefully this is something that you can use to get started as you try to, again, just zero in on improving your nutrition. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.